Good morning, Paul. It's Wednesday, the 25th of January. Here's the heads up brief for today. For the Southeast Asia production, we covered 13 issues. For North Asia, we covered 2 issues. And for the Australasian Pacific Islands, we covered 4 issues. In South Asia, we covered 11 issues, plus the major issues in the Europe, Middle East, and Africa region.
Okay, thanks, Uday. Other than the operation I'm working on in Timor, is there any other current operations on for clients?
Not at the moment, Paul. We're working on some assessments and alerts.
Thanks a lot. Go ahead.
So, Paul, in Papua New Guinea, Barrick Gold, landowners, and stakeholders of the Porgera mine project are getting more frustrated with the government's delay in reopening.
Okay, that's a grave concern, but it's totally predictable. The government's ability to govern, the government's ability to understand investment requirements, the need for foreign direct investment, the expertise that comes with foreign investors, is of grave concern to everybody, not only in PNG, but to the general resource sector, but also its neighbours, whereby at some point, if they don't address their drastic shortfalls in their ability to govern for the people, then the selfishness can create a failed state in PNG. And that, of course, will particularly impact Australia. Now, that's not just to place all the blame on the PNG government. A lot of the resource companies themselves think they can act with impunity. They can be extremely arrogant. They select the wrong people that have degrees but not the necessary expertise. And they treat government officials and the local land inhabitants with disdain and arrogance, narcissistic selfishness. And we've seen that lead to drastic failures in the past, Bougainville being the key one, but there are many others. And nobody seems to actually learn from those failures. They go about appointing lovely people in lovely suits in tier 1 cities that have no understanding of the complexities of operating in the highlands of Melanesia, be that not only PNG, but the same applies to other island states of Melanesia, but also to Papua, Indonesia. Go ahead.
Right, Paul. In Myanmar, a military spokesperson said the general elections may be delayed due to attacks on election officials and the activities for the elections.
And what a wonderful excuse that will become. Thank you.
In Thailand, 80 immigration officers were charged with extending visas for Chinese nationals involved in criminal activities in the country.
Okay, thank you.
Police in Thailand also seized over 1 ton of methamphetamine in 3 provinces in Thailand in separate raids over the last week, with Surat Thani, Chiang Rai, and Patalong.
Okay, thanks.
In South Asia, there's more security measures in place across India ahead of Republic Day tomorrow.
Okay.
In Pakistan, authorities are investigating the possibility of a cyber attack by a foreign entity regarding the nationwide power blackout. Power has not been fully restored yet.
Okay, thanks.
Also in Pakistan, a hardline Islamist group will be protesting against the Quran burning incident in Sweden. They're organizing protests across the country on the 27th of January.
Okay, and the protest going ahead as scheduled in Jakarta today on the same issue at the Swedish Embassy?
Yeah, Paul, it hasn't started yet, but it's slated.
Okay, thanks. Just keep a look. Yeah, good. Keep a look on that. Thank you.
Yep. Paul, in the Europe, Middle East, and Africa region. In France, trains through a major terminus in Paris were disrupted after a sabotage attack yesterday. Someone burnt cables at the station.
All right, thanks.
In Italy, petrol station operators are on a 48-hour strike over over an issue with the government. And Germany.
Yeah, that's it. Sorry, that's interesting because it's an unusual period for a strike when you're trying to create a disruption, because 48 hours is going to have a minimal influence. I mean, only the tanks that are running on empty are going to be affected. So it's a strange one, that.
Right, Paul. Update you on that. Paul, lastly, Germany has said that it will send Leopard 2 tanks to Ukraine, and the US is likely to confirm sending its Abrams tanks sometime this week, according to US officials.
Yeah, that's going to be for sure. We can take that as a misere because the Leopards wouldn't be going if the Abrahams aren't. Okay, thank you.
Paul, that's a brief for today. Anything else from you?
No, but could you hang around? Thank you.
Sure.